Jon Jones is considered to be the best pound-for-pound fighter ever. What he has accomplished in his MMA career so far has been truly amazing. He has had a very interesting journey so far. So here is Fighter Beginnings, Jon Jones. Jonathan Dwight Jones was born on July 19th, 1987 in Rochester, New York. Jon Jones' father, Arthur Jones Jr., was the pastor of Mount Sinai Church of God in Christ in Bennington, New York, and his mother, Camille Jones, worked as a nurse. Jon Jones grew up with his two brothers, Arthur Jones and Chandler Jones, who all shared the same hobbies and interests whilst growing up. Jon Jones had an older sister, Carmen Jones, who died of brain cancer before her 18th birthday. Jon Jones' father gave his full attention to his family, encouraging his sons to take up sports from a very young age, and he would always show up to the sporting events and watch them compete. Whilst in high school, Jon Jones played football for a while, but admitted he was terrible at it, and he focused his attention to wrestling, where he dedicated his life to it. He wasn't the strongest in other subjects, but passed the subjects just so that he could do his wrestling. He later became a standout high school wrestler and a state champion. He would next go to Iowa Central College, where he won a junior national championship. But his time at college was cut short after his girlfriend Jessie was pregnant with their first child. He faced a difficult choice as he didn't know whether to stay in college and move on to full scholarship at Iowa State or head back to New York to be with his girlfriend and the newborn. He made the decision to drop out and went back to New York to be with his girlfriend. With no source of income, he started working as a bouncer to make ends meet. After realizing he wasn't making enough money as a bouncer, he set his eyes on becoming an MMA fighter and wanted to fight in the UFC. He believed he could do it and knew that if he put all of his time and effort into it, he would be able to achieve something in the sport. At the age of 19, he joined the Bomb Squad MMA gym in upstate New York and started working towards achieving his dream. He would often run into all the people his age whilst working as a bouncer, where they would ask him if he was still in college. He replied saying that he wanted to pursue a fighting career. They weren't impressed with his decision, where they started showing off to him of what they had achieved and were rubbing their success in his face. From that moment onwards, Jon Jones made a promise to himself that he would put all of his time and effort into his fighting career and prove those guys wrong one day. On April 12th, 2008, after training for 2 months, Jon Jones made his professional debut at the age of 20, defeating Brad Bernard by TKO in the first round. Just a week after his first fight, he defeated Carlos Eduardo by knockout in the third round and fought again a week later, defeating Anthony Pinner by a guillotine choke in the first round. His first 6 professional fights came in just under 12 weeks. He then got the phone call which would change his life. This phone call was from the UFC, asking him to step in on 2 weeks' notice to replace injured Thomas Draval and faced Andre Guzmão at UFC 87. On August 9th, 2008, after 4 months into his professional mixed martial arts career, Jon Jones made his UFC debut, defeating Andre Guzmão by a unanimous decision. From this victory, Jon Jones realized that he could make a future for himself, and it motivated him to train harder in the gym. He occasionally trained at Jackson Wing to focus on his overall game. After seeing the results, he left Bomb Squad and made Jackson Wing his permanent home. He would next go on to defeat Stephen Bonner, Jake O'Brien, and was next disqualified against Matt Hamill due to landing illegal elbows at the Ultimate Fighter 10 finale. He next finished Brandon Vera, Vladimir Matyushenko, and Ryan Bader, and would replace injured Rashad Evans against then UFC lightweight champion Mauricio Hua at UFC 128. In the fight, he brutalized Mauricio Hua, eventually finishing him by TKO in the third round to become the new UFC light heavyweight champion at the age of 23. He would next go on and defend his title 8 times, defeating all of the top contenders in the division. Along his journey, he has had many ups and downs in his career, but you can't deny what he has accomplished in a short amount of time. It is amazing to see where he was before he started fighting and where he is today, and I believe we still have a lot more to see from this young fighter.